women stopped buying English goods, and they also started raising their own sheep and weaving their own clothes from the wool. They experimented with tea substitutes. They also signed public subscriptions rolls, pledging not to buy English goods, and some resisted getting married because setting up a household required a lot of goods. Others, unable to make it on their own, followed their men to war and cooked, cleaned, and laundered for their troops. Some even prostituted, scavenged, and spied for them too. A woman named Deborah Sampson dressed and disguised herself as a man who fought in the war as a soldier. She enlisted herself as Robert Shirtliff. It is not certain how long Deborah served in the army, but she was wounded twice. It was never discovered that she was a woman when she got medical help until she got sick with yellow fever and her true identity was revealed. When she went back to the troops, her doctor sent a letter to her officers telling them the truth, and they were shocked. But instead of the punishment she expected, she received an honorable discharge from the army. Other women sent their husbands off to attend to the political affairs. The most famous of these women was Abigail Adams. As John Adams served in the Continental Congress, Abigail managed their farm and household herself. Although most women did not leave the kind of documentation Abigail Adams did, they performed the same duties and held the same responsibilities for their husbands and children. With no way to know what was happening in British controlled Boston, John relied on Abigail to send him news of troops movements, battles, and to relay instructions to the Massachusetts militia. She, in turn, pleaded constantly for information from Congress. 6 months before July 1776, Abigail asked John why America did not declare its independence from Great Britain. Though she was worried about how the citizens of America will be civic, educated, and patriotic enough for self-government. She knew that democracy required education, and John agreed with her. Mothers will need to educate their sons not only in the basics, but will need to read and write, understand their role in their democracy, and be active, patriotic citizens. But how would a woman teach her sons these things if she knew them not herself? Abigail knew that women will need to be educated in these virtues in order to instill them in her sons. She pressed for this education for women, as well as the right to own property and to be legally independent.